Good morning. We're doing another interview with Poon from Australia for KMCRIC. Hello, Simon.
Good morning.
Hi. So our first question is, what led you to this data mining research of traditional medicine?
Thanks for the question. There are two reasons. One is a personal, one is more research-driven question. I'm a Chinese origin. Being a Chinese in Australia for more than 30 years, I still would like to see how I can contribute back to the country in China. And one of the issues and is the complexity of Chinese medicine with long history and philosophy and the impact of the society in health. And at the same time, from a scientific point of view, there are not a lot of scientific evidence in there. And also another part, from research point of view, the methodology that we have for Chinese medicine is rather weak compared to Western medicine. That it opens up an area for researchers where not just looking at the evidence or identifying the solution, but on methodological advancements. Coming from an IT background, having done a master's in public health, and I realized that these two can combine together and work on something that could be used for making Chinese medicine a field of research that we could all work on.
Okay, so thank you for your answer. And the second question is, what's the exciting part of your research?
Okay. So from the exciting part, I think it's a concept of myth busters. Being a person trying to look for a solution from a scientific point of view, is often you find answers which are not expected. So it's kind of like a way of having all the histories of a solution being given to you, and how much you can actually bust all these myths. But at the same time, if you find something to substantiate that sort of myths, and that's very exciting, and you could actually see things in the history is working in the modern world by applying different types of techniques or methodology that would enable you to either bust the myths or support the myths. So it's quite exciting for me.
Wow, that's one interesting answer I didn't expect. So our last question is, what's your advice to young scholars who are trying to pursue data mining?
I think data mining has to be worked together with other disciplines. When I started working on data analytics, I was really focusing on the methodology, the algorithms, the techniques. But the last 3-4 years, I just realized that it's actually quite a good set of tools that you have, even if you're not interested in data mining. It's because the way that you look at the data, and the data is going to be everywhere. You've got all the variables, you've got records, you've got phones, you've got different types of data coming through. And each one of those data could be a potential kind of information, piece of information that help you to solve a problem. Now, having said that, being a data miner, you need to work with people in the field. So the last 3-4 years, we've been working with people in traditional medicine, Chinese medicine, pharmacists, so that you actually use the technique to work with people so that together you come up with a solution. I find it's very rewarding because by going through that, innovation come out by interacting with people. Innovation doesn't come from one discipline, always come from the interactions with other disciplines. And also you can confirm the direction you're going. So I find for young researchers, if they want to do that, first it's really looking at build a competence in a particular field. And the next level is use a competence to interact with the other field. I think this is the future of being a researcher, and this is part of my learning journey as a student or as a scholar in this field.
Wow, thank you so much for your time. We know you're very busy, but thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.